That night, Rachel and Hunter and Linda Carter's were sleeping in bed with Trent Clayton. Rachel rolls over in her bed, stares at Trent Clayton, who just happens to be shirtless in bed, and puts his hands on her chest. Her hands on his chest. Linda Carter sits up in bed and stares at Trent. Linda Carter then gets up out of bed and sits back on her high heel shoes and her black zebra dresser, which she disliked at the time, so she went in the bathroom and changed. Puts on her new outfit and meets Sidney Tracy outside the door. Sidney Tracy decided to take Linda Carter out on a trip to a casino to play poker along with Dina Carpets and Cord Stanley, in which they meet each other there for a game of poker that night. Sidney Tracy and her friend got in the vehicle downstairs, in which Rachel said nothing of the sort while Linda Carter's leaving. Instead, Linda stayed with Trent that night. But however, watched as Linda and Sidney left in their vehicle. Inside the car, a few blocks down the road, Sidney Tracy and Linda Carter work in complete silence. However, they dropped by, picked up Cord Stanley, which entered into the back seat, along with the other person that they had mentioned to pick up. Steve Hart was picked up a moments later, and it ended up in the second passenger seat in the back of the car. The four pull up to the casino, and all four exit the vehicle in complete utter silence. However, Steve noticed Parker Howells a block away, talking to a man, in which neither one of them noticed. However, this man was revealed as one of this franchise's most articulated characters, Todd Abel, the Crazy Bunny, in which Todd had opened his mouth and told Parker Howells the simple lines, "Don't you know you're about to die?" Parker responds, "No." Parker Howells responds, "It's just that I've seen this before." Steve Hart walks toward and stands alongside Parker Howells, at which Troy and Greg Harding had just now exited the back of the casino from where they were cleaning the area at, and walked up to Steve and Parker and stared at the man. Troy responded, "Ooh." Stares at Greg. Greg stares at Troy and responds, "Are you fucking serious? Is that Todd Abel?" Todd Abel responds, "Yes, I am. And you guys are not safe. It's just, I've seen this before. A lucky few ride out the disaster based off of a premonition they had. They escape, but one by one, death comes to kill them all. You weren't supposed to survive that train derailment. You shorted death. And now, death will fulfill its need and kill all of you one by one." Steve stares in wonder around him and looks down to the ground. The wind blows ferociously around them. As a casino lights flickered on and off. The lights flickered back on within the casino, and various public buildings yelp revolving the situation. Todd Abel stares at Stephen Hart and the others, cocking his head in the process. Pay attention to the signs, boys. It'll lead you to who's next. Oh, Troy. Don't deny the order of how to die in your premonition. It's a matter between life and death. Todd Abel walks through the four-way men's group. And while walking forward, he turns around and whistles a tune from his mouth. Parker Hallows walks away from the group. Steve Howard hunks forward, his chest forward, and says, "Fucking creep." Greg Harding stares at Troy. Troy stares directly back at Todd Abel. And Troy watches as Todd Abel disappears into the midnight air. However, Greg Harding had already left into the casino.